panel number 2 going down the Mississippi River from St. Louis to New Orleans. Okay, this happens to have Columbus on it. And Columbus was the site of a battle during the Civil War, so many, and so was Belmont. But it is a beautiful green high bluff with trees overlooking the river there. Lovely place. It's the old buildings. Here's the Mobile, Ohio Railroad that came to there. That should have been a major city, but never developed. And Hickman, Kentucky. Then, these very, very sharp bends in the river here. And one reason for that probably is that let's see, there's New Madrid. In 1811, New Madrid, it was hard, you can tell that was a Spanish settlement, so it was pre-French. The earthquake of 1811 was called the New Madrid quake because it happened very near there. The first steamboat was coming down from the Ohio and down the Mississippi and was somewhere in this area when the quake occurred, which rang church bells in Boston. Huge quake. And it was sent backwards miles and miles. It still managed to float, but it was fine. It was kind of an odd coincidence. Island number 10 was a site of a major battle. The South trying to keep the Northern fleet coming down the Mississippi River and dividing the Confederacy. And the earthquake also caused Reelfoot Lake. That was Reelfoot Running Bayou, and my grandparents had a house on there when I was a child and had lots of fun on that beautiful lake. Then you come down a little further, Mitchell's Landing, which is just above, there's Dyersburg Landing. I'm from Dyersburg, which is up here. These rivers are not quite right. Well, it's the Forkadale River we're on, but it's not down there. And we're on a bluff. But these rivers have been channelized and joined together and so on. It's very, very different from here. But that was Dyersburg Landing. There's Hales Store, and this little store where the steamboats provisioned, and the people could get off and buy lunch or something. This was still there when I was farming with my father over here, and I delivered soybeans to the shipping point right here where the barges were. And Hales Store, the skeletal part of the store was still there. It was called Hales Landing. Okay, and then you come down here, Fort Wright, which was also Fort Pillow there. Fort Osceola, Fort Randolph. The Confederacy had a lot of forts along here because these were narrow places where they could fire very carefully at angles from a high point. Fort Randolph, we also had, they couldn't find it, and one of our maps happened to show the trees in a certain place that someone at the University of Memphis did his doctoral dissertation and mentioned us in that. Third Chickasaw Bluff, which is the last one before you get down. There was a fourth one just before you get to Memphis. And there it's Fort Harris. And here is Memphis, and you have several railroads converging, one from the north, one from the southeast, one from the west. No bridge yet. And here is a bird's eye view of Memphis. Then we go down to Helena and Friars Point. There are lots of interesting stories about these various places. Helena has a great blues fest. Friars Point used to have some interesting clubs back in the Prohibition. Here's Barney's. Go down to Victoria. The Arkansas River comes in here, White River up there. And then we have Bolivar, Callish Point, Fort Anderson, and Greenville. Greenville is a pretty good sized town in Mississippi, and this they have a lot of old lakes that were cut off when the river went this way or that way.